Hey guys, it's Jennifer with the Family Fudge, and welcome to Bunches of Lunches Field Trip Edition. Now, if you haven't already heard, we're spending some time in Florida. We haven't actually moved or anything like that, but we are thinking about it. So while we're here exploring our options, I've planned lots of fun field trips for the kids because there are literally a ton of fun but educational places to experience as a family in Florida. Bring in coolers and lunches, just snacks. So for the kids' lunches, I'm gonna go ahead and make them, pack them in their lunch boxes, and we can all just head to the car when it's time for lunch. So for our lunch today, I'm gonna start with the main course first. And anytime I'm making a sandwich that needs to travel, I like to make peanut butter and jelly. That way I don't have to worry about meat going bad or mayonnaise going bad or anything like that. So today I've got the natural peanut butter and blueberry jam. So I'm gonna start with 2 pieces of wheat bread. So I'm gonna actually end up making 4 sandwiches, but I'll go ahead and just show you one. So to my bread, of course, I'm adding peanut butter and my jelly. No big deal, this is pretty normal so far. But to go with our SeaWorld theme, I'm actually gonna use my dolphin sandwich cutter. This one is definitely one of my favorite sandwich cutters. It comes out perfect every time. There's 2 little dolphins and a heart. So cute, and they definitely make me think of the dolphins at SeaWorld. Next up, I'm going to add our fruit and our vegetables. For our fruit, I have something super fun but really easy. I'm gonna start by using some little tangerines. These are easy peel and there's no seeds. It's like the perfect portable fruit, if you ask me. Now, I actually want this tangerine to end up looking like a little crab. So what I'm gonna do is start by adding some eyes. I have lots of different eye picks, but for our crab, I'm going with the angry eyes. Next, I'm gonna take 2 separate orange segments, and then using 2 toothpicks, I'm gonna stick them right down inside the little tangerine, and I'm gonna place our little orange segments right on top, so it definitely makes it look like a little crab. To make him look extra crabby, I've taken my food writer pen to draw a mouth. Now, since these oranges are a little bit small, I'm also adding a scoop of green grapes, and then I'm gonna place our little crab right on top. This is looking so cute already. Now for our vegetables today, I went ahead and just cut out lots of different star-shaped cucumbers. They don't really look like starfish, but you kind of get where I'm going with that. I also am adding a few cherry tomatoes for the kids who like them. And then to make this extra cute, I have lots of sea-themed food picks. These are so adorable. I found them on Amazon. There's little whales and dolphins and penguins and seals. So cute. I love these things. I'm gonna stick just a few right in here, just like that. Now to go along with this lunch, I also wanna throw in some cheese crackers, but instead of using goldfish, I'm gonna use these penguin crackers. They taste just like goldfish, but I love the little penguin shapes. Perfect for a SeaWorld themed lunch. They are so cute. And I actually found these at Aldi, and that's another awesome thing about Florida, is that they have all these stores. We definitely don't have those where we're from in California. Now to keep our little penguins from getting crushed, I'm going to add them to this adorable shark snack container. I found this in a grocery store called Publix. Again, a store we don't have in California. I got one of these snack containers for each of the kids, and they are so cute. For the drink today, I'm going to keep it really simple. The kids are each gonna bring their water bottles so that we can refill them in the park. And just in case the water tastes not so good, I also have some water flavoring that we can add. Now, last but not least, I also have a special sweet treat for today's lunch. I saw this idea on Pinterest, but I've never actually made them before. I'm gonna start with some pre-made store-bought sugar cookie dough. Definitely don't have time to make this from scratch today, so these are perfect. I'm also using some sliced almonds and some cinnamon. Super easy, that's all you need. So I'm gonna take each little piece of dough, roll it into a ball, and then I'm going to roll the ball in cinnamon and sugar. I am gonna go ahead and leave the cinnamon off about half of the cookies, just for the kids who don't care for cinnamon. Now before I pop these into the oven, I am gonna go ahead and flatten them down a bit and add some slivered almonds right to the top so that they look like sand dollars. I have no idea if they actually have sand dollars at SeaWorld, but I thought I went with today's theme, and they're really easy to make. And I know the kids will love them. So there you have it. There's everything in our